You ever do like a super crazy long video, you lose the whole thing. Somebody's call or an alarm comes up. You know what? Shouldn't be talking about that right now. I need to be talking about Stoinky Beach in an evening with my great aunt Bedelia. Stoinky Beach is really funny. Stoinky Beach is kind of your reward to me if you've watched a lot of the SeaverVerse, and that's what I've been doing. A lot of people have not. I would suggest to do it. Tubi, Chris Seaver, and you can find a whole lot of films, or look it up. Meredith Host or Josh Swire or any of those people. Casey Bowker. Well, probably not Casey Bowker because he almost always isn't listed. He's just listed as Teen Ape. But Josh or Meredith are good ways to find tons of those films. So once you've found those films, the two things you want to see, one of them is not my great aunt Bedelia, one of them is Stoinky Beach, because that's kind of the fun comedy that everybody loves, that they didn't want to make it, just had a ridiculous time making it. It's not very long. And, because of it being like a whatever thing, and who knows, half of them might have been drunk at the time. They just did whatever they wanted, and it turned out actually pretty funny. It's a pretty fun movie, and it's not a horror movie. Jack's Maverick gets his head cut off, but you wanted that to happen. You really did. You really wanted him to get his head cut off and fall right in, I don't know, I think it was Casey's wife's lap. Oh! That movie's cool. But the other one is the trauma film that Chris, in the documentary, Chris is really sad, about the whole thing with trauma, because trauma was his, the top of the mountain, and he started making friends with people in trauma, and there were actors like Debbie Rochon who's in his stuff, and she really elevates his stuff. And Lloyd Kaufman and him had connections, and with all the Heather and Pugly stuff, and Bone Jack, and Death Bone. Chris really likes the word bone. Almost every character is in that movie. It's all against fighting the Nazis, fighting Hitler. I think it is awesome. I love that movie. I thought it was so cool. I was ready for something that was incomplete, and I just wanted to see it for whatever, but it wasn't incomplete at all. It's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. I'm sad that he had such a bad time making it, but I think it actually turned out well. Maybe they edited it better. I don't know. Maybe he's avoided it all these years because of what happened. But I really like that movie. And to me, that Stoinky Beach is kind of the watching alternative comedy. It's like you're a comedian watching one of your comedian friends. The audience is all going like, what the hell is this? And the comedians are thinking, that's so funny. That's what Stoinky Beach is. Once you know that, and you can enjoy the stupidity of that film. The other one, it's an epic ending to all of it. It's Bone Jack dies. Teen Ape is his son or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a lot of fun. Let's shift gears though. Josh Swire is so good in that as Hitler. And how often do you get to say that? And he's so good in Stoinky Beach. He's this kind of like Chris Farley, like mentally handicapped alien called Blumpy. But he's also a character named Megan. And I like that character a lot. Like, Megan's very emotionless, and I think it's it's the same thing Casey does. If he's gonna be Teen Ape, but he's gonna be another character, he's very like weak and, you know, very unlike Teen Ape, so you would never guess that it's the same person. And Joss is really good at that too. When he plays another character, that character is super different. Like, he knows he can kind of just do something very refined and then go all out on the other character. And that's what you get in there. In an evening with my great aunt Bedelia, the one that bankrupted Warlock, that and Stop or My Mummy Will Shoot. My great aunt Bedelia is so awesome. It's all Josh, which is pretty cool. Excluding, they probably just put in Andrew Baltz later on as the Warlock. And Amber Snook seems to always be, if there's a Josh movie, Amber's always there. So I'm guessing, because she's a huge part in Stoinky Beach too. These two, she's huge. She's big roles in the films. She's the main character, Edith Gerhauser, and she's Ariel, the girlfriend who's kind of like, get out of here, you suck, I'm gonna go off and do whatever. And the boyfriend's like, oh, how can I get her back? I hope an alien helps me. In this, she's supposed to be running into money. And you know that Bedelia is this demon who's plucking out eyeballs and making people do, you know, sign wills the wrong way to keep all the money. And she's a terrible person. Edith's got to figure out a way to stop this. But she just visits her, not knowing any of that she's in a lot of danger. It's pretty crazy. I think the way that it's shot helps it a lot. It's got weird effects and green screen, stuff that you don't often see in a lot of the Chris films. Like, it does seem like a lot of work. Seems like a lot of either Amber or Josh's relatives too. There's a lot of old people in this. A lot of locations that you've never seen before. So it just feels really different. Like, it does seem like she lives in a castle. Though probably when you go inside, it's probably something else. Edith is going out with somebody named EW, who is maybe Josh's boyfriend or something. Does not seem like a straight person. Is acting very, yes, Edith, yes. You know, like the terrible acting, which is what you want and expect. Amber is very, very emotional and a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. There was a complaint though, and I wanted to rectify this complaint. I'm just going to end here. There was a person who said, I'm going to give it one less point because of the homophobia in this. Josh is gay. I'm pretty sure if Josh says the other F word, it's probably okay. He probably knows what he's doing, and he wrote the script, and he's gay. So, I think you missed that part. Or you miss all the SeaverVerse movies, which often have that kind of crap. I mean, I think he's probably cooled his jets on some of that stuff just because of the times. But it's always, you have to look at it with perspective of the time that it's being done or the character. There's a film where his ex-wife is doing a character, is doing a real person who they knew, being very homophobic, very racist, and the other characters, our main characters, are like, you're a piece of crap. Like they don't like the person at all. They want him to just go away. You have to watch it like that. The person that's saying this stuff is not our main character, is the person that we're exiling, that we're saying no to. Just look at it like that. You can't just hear one word and start to cry. All right? Okay. I thought they were great movies. A lot of fun. Happy I spent like friggin' $40 on it. Woo!